And welcome back to your MLG 2K Series Finals. I'm Mr. X, joined by Reflections, and this is going to be Game 3. It's going to be Blitz Freight. And, right now we're starting off watching TP of compLexity, the objective player, and he is going to be still rocking that Bison that he's seen him been using pretty much the entire series. And, this high rate of fire, I mean, up close, it's super deadly.
It really is. I mean, the high rate of fire, not only that, it has a high rate of damage too. And look at him going off, such a perfect guy to go right on board with. He does go down, but not all his losses. compLexity is able to score one, and it is going to bring the score 1-0 now as TP is going to spawn back up. Let's get on board with compLexity, who's making his way over for the enemy portal of Curse, and he's going to be going top white and possibly jumping down. And let's see what he can do. Spotting another player, trying to go for another kill. Can he get inside his portal? Yes, he can. And there you go, 2-0 lead for compLexity. Right
and the jump that you just saw compLexity did, we found that out the other day. We were just playing around and just trying to jumping all over the map. And if you actually make that jump, it's completely silent. It gives off no sound jumping down from that onto that wooden platform over there. So that's one of the reasons behind just jumping down onto that platform and hitting that. And actually you see that Curse is going to be making a push on the compLexity base. I believe Parasite is kind of behind enemy lines in the back, but TP's taking out two, and they're still looking for Parasite in the compLexity base.
Yeah, and I like how compLexity fell back after scoring two, and they're going to try to defeat the push of Curse there, and they are going down, but fortunately they're able to hold them off just a little bit more. Get on board with Ace, though. He's got that MTAR out, getting in a gunfight over here on mid-tracks on the right side, going to wide. Does spot a player, though, going to go top wide again, maybe going to do that little parkour trick that you were saying about earlier. The things you can learn by playing parkour on Call of Duty is amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, just there's all different types of little tricks like that in Call of Duty, and sometimes they come into effect and they can actually be a big help. I mean, right there, everyone's cranking their headset. You see Crim's going to get into the back and get another cap. That when you're able to it's little things like that to just separate teams. Just little tricks and tips that you just pick up over time and just kind of playing around.
Yeah, all those little just little head glitches, little jump spots, they all make a huge difference. And right now, compLexity dominating Curse 4-0 right off the bat. Still 2.5 minutes remaining. Not even halfway through this, and it's already a 4-0 lead. Now a 5-0 lead as another player is going to score. And compLexity, he's going to be pushing up Aches as well. Look at Aches where he's at. He's just hanging back, and Parasite is going to take him out. But we are going to see, look at how aggressive compLexity is. Three people ready to get in there. compLexity gets shut down before he's able to get in there. So does TP. Fantastic job by Curse holding compLexity at bay.
Yeah.
And they were able to score, putting a point finally on the board.
Yeah, and I mean, big kills right there out of Nameless. He saved pretty much his team from being locked in a spawn trap for a pretty long time with getting those kills. So, but I'm on board with compLexity, and he's working over by the enemy crates, and it looks like he's going to try and make this jump into top bar room. And, right now, actually, that was a pretty smart play. Actually,
pretty smart.
Yeah, he shot that. So, they're listening for that sound for him to come from up top. And, he shoots that open. They look up top. He comes from bottom. And, it's an easy cap for his teammate. And, I mean, right now, you just see compLexity just taking over the Curse base. And, I mean, right there, that's just not very nice. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, you have compLexity up 7-1 against Curse Las Vegas.
compLexity, please, 7-1. Curse right now just can't get a foothold to just really get more points on the board. They were able to get one, but compLexity so aggressive, and you just see how confident they are in their playing style just by the lanes they're taking. They know where they're going when they go. They just don't mindlessly run out there, and neither does Curse. But compLexity is going he's about to score. Oh no, get shut down, but Ake's able to pick up that kill, get revenge for compLexity going down, and put another point on the board, bringing it 8-1. compLexity really making a no contest match at this point. Let's actually look at the scoreboard. compLexity 11-6 with 4 captures. TP 10-10 with 2. Aches 8-9 with 2 captures, and then you got Karma on the bottom just doing what Karma does. He's just slaying like a beast.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we want Karma to do. That we pretty much have just said, just kill, just do what you like to do.
Take the leash off, let him go, and just let him dominate. That's what Karma does.
Yeah, I mean, we just really want him to just be himself and just play how he likes to play. And we'll just fit how we want to work around that. And I think, today it's been working extremely well for us.
No, it really has been. And from Kirsch right now to come back and really capture not now 8, I was going to say 7, but now 8 as the score is currently 9-1 TP. He's looking to score one more in the final seconds. He's over here by the portal trying to sneak his way in. And he is, in fact, going to get that dodging a player, bringing the score 10-1. And there's another one about, no, he doesn't have enough time to get in there. If they did, he probably would have scored there as score 10-1 overall. Curse. They're going to be flipping sides. Now, we've talked about it on Domination.
Yeah.
You know, the side, the C side, or the A side, excuse me, is the more favorable spawn, which is what Kirsch just had. Now, is it the same concept with Blitz?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same concept with Blitz. So, you know, this game is definitely far from over, and I actually want to jump on board with the Curse guys to see how they're going to actually play this second half. You know, they need to be. The issue with the nine cap deficit is you need to be extremely aggressive. You need to play extremely aggressive, and you need to just ramp up the pace. But you can't afford to give up caps. So you have to be
desperate.
Right, you can't get desperate. And the thing is that they can't trade caps with complexity. You know, a Nameless, you see, he's going to make his way up to the top of the base, and he's going to be free to get a cap. And now you just have to make sure that you're not going to give up caps yourself, you know. And right there, as I said, that complexity is going to get a cap, so you're really not gaining any ground. So that's the one thing I'd be worried about with Curse going into the second half.
The thing that's so difficult to be down 9 portal captures, and at this point in the game, is you know that you have to be aggressive. And there you go. Miracles actually scores one. He's going to go down in the process, but able to put a point on the board. And you see them trading off, like we said. That's not what they need to do because they can't afford it at this point. And, you know, but the thing is, being down that many points, it's so difficult really to put yourself in the mindset that, hey, okay, we need to capture 9 portals at this point in time. But I don't want to play defense because we're so desperate for those portal captures. You know, it's so hard to just find a mixture between defense and offensive, you know?
I mean, you can't sit in your base really and just play strong defense and stop them from scoring, but at the same time, you can't give up any more caps. You need to be aggressive. So, yeah, I mean, there's like you can see that, you know, Curse is being extremely aggressive and they're getting caps, but they're giving up caps as well, you know. Right. So, I mean, they're 10 caps behind right now, and Complexity really just isn't playing too much defense. They're kind of just keep forcing the issue at the Curse base, and I'm on board with Parasite right now, and, you know, he's trying to just gauge if there's anybody in the Complexity base, but there's nobody there. You know, they're just pushing their entire team back, and you see that's 3 kills from Complexity. So they know Parasite just spawned, and it's pretty much like killing somebody because they know he's going to spawn in there. Yeah, and, you know, now they have this little spawn lock going, and they're just going to start racking up these caps.
Yeah. And you see it just Curse, you know, they have to be so frustrated right now because, you know, they get through the base, they make a beautiful portal capture, but Complexity just counters right back and puts another point on the board. 17-5 is going to be your score. With only 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, Curse, at this point in time, is very unlikely they're going to be able to make a comeback overall. And, I mean, but, you know, they're trying their heart out, and you gotta respect that overall. But Complexity just, with the spawn trap, just coming in big, just trying to go so big. And now at this point, Curse is not only trying to close the deficit that Complexity's put on them, but they're also trying to defend their base, and they have to try and stop the spawn traps and the aggressiveness that Complexity's putting on them, and that's just not where you want to be.
Nah, you know, that's what I think Blitz is really about. It's about just keep applying that constant just pressure on the other team's respawning. You know, if you can just keep putting that pressure on that respawn point, I mean, you'll have success, because the way you have to look at it is, you know, if I kill 2 people and give up a cap, let's say, that's kind of like killing 3 people, because now that person has spawned back at the base. So so you'll give up you'll trade a cap being over aggressive to get control of the other team's spawn. And I mean, right now that's exactly what we're seeing. I mean, if Complexity just overextends for the rest of the game and just keeps trying to get caps, I mean, it's pretty much impossible for Curse to come back because they can't afford to trade.
No, they can't, and that's what they've been doing all game now. And actually, Complexity's able to maintain a lead and even gain more of a lead than they had at the beginning of 9 flag captures. At this point, they are currently 11 up, so they're doing a really good job. But there you go, Killa able to come through big, get another portal capture, but now he's going to have to hang back on defense. There's another one trying to contest him from the top, and he's just going to hang back here now and possibly go for a flag capture. Sees this player. And actually, yeah, just a lot of pressure. For overall, just Complexity doing a great job. When you look at 8, 22 and 19. This guy's got 7 captures. Crimsix, he's 25 and 18 now with 6 captures. TP, 16 and 20 with 5 captures as well. And, you know, although Curse, No, they didn't really get outslayed. I mean, you see them now. I mean, they've done a good job at that. They just, I think, got outplayed overall whenever it came to being sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, it just really came down to just, just strategy. Not really strategy, just, just the pacing of the game and how the game's been played, and I mean, Curse was definitely like they were hanging in there for a while in the second half because they definitely put up more pressure, So I definitely think when we see this Curse team play Blitz in the future, it's going to be at a much higher pace than they came out in the first half. In the first half they came out and they were a little flat, a little just slow on just moving up the map. And once they ramped up the pressure on the second half, they made it a lot closer. But I mean, right now, it's been mathematically impossible for a little bit, so compLexity will be your 2K champions this weekend.
Nice. Yeah, compLexity doing a fantastic job. They just finished 3-0ing Envy, and now they just 3-0 Team Curse, looking so incredibly strong, especially since they're about to go into the Philly tournament. They're coming off that win from Columbus. So, I mean, really, compLexity, just one of those powerhouse teams that you just can't stop at this point in time, especially after adding Karma. They're looking better and better over time, and Karma really seems to be a really good addition to compLexity. So I'm interested to see how that pans out overall. But, you just can't look at that 8-point lead. And I think it just went down here for Curse after that Search and Destroy game like we talked about. After that round with Karma was able to come in big and get that beautiful two-piece to finish up the game. It really demoralized Team Curse, and it's all about the mental frame that you're in, and Curse just lost it. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we both kind of saw that coming once they clutched that round. After that, I mean, Curse really never was the same. The Dom was fairly they won the first half, and then the Dom in the second half, compLexity won by a little bit, and then it looked like Curse was going to win the Search. They were up, they were looking extremely good, and then that round happens, and then compLexity comes back. And then, that kind of carries over into the Blitz on Freight. But, great showing from both Curse and compLexity this weekend. Great showing from a lot of the new teams this weekend in the 2K series. We saw pretty much all the new rosters. So, Reflections, I want to thank you for coming into Cast. I want to thank Turbo earlier, who was into Cast. The rebroadcast will go up right after this. Everything, all the VODs throughout the day will go onto the MLG official YouTube channel. So check that out. And join us Tuesday on Pro Scrims, guys. And good night.
All right.